Can you give us kind of an overview about what contract manufacturing looks like in 2024 and maybe beyond?
Yeah, sure. Uh, I think that is a very interesting question because I think it can go many directions. I think the prospect of artificial intelligence is always going to be there, right? And I think implementing artificial intelligence or some form of technology in contract manufacturing, it's always going to be the case. That's what manufacturing was 20 years ago, right? Like manufacturers are constantly finding ways to improve their production processes, whether that's with AI or with technologies. I don't think that is what contract manufacturing looks like in 2024 and beyond, because that's always been the case, right? Improving the technologies to increase capacities or increase outputs or improve quality. I think where it gets really interesting is when we look at what other services a manufacturer can offer to a potential brand owner, right? Outside of true manufacturing, like in contract manufacturing, there's a pretty common term called turnkey, right? Turnkey solutions,
Hmm.
where a contract manufacturer can handle the sourcing of the ingredients for you. They can handle the sourcing of the packaging components for you. They can potentially even do packaging design for you. So I think it's over indexing on turnkey solutions. Maybe it's even expanding into actual other verticals, right? For instance, research and development is a pretty hot topic amongst brand owners and contract manufacturers, because I think one of the cons that most people assign to research and development, having your contract manufacturer do R&D,
Hmm.
is what happens with the intellectual property. Who
Yep.
owns the intellectual property, right? Is it the manufacturer or is it the brand owner? So there's
Hmm.
there's always this like back and forth. But I think there's a way where manufacturers can offer an R&D service, like as an actual service, not just as an avenue to get a customer onboarded into their production schedule,
Hmm.
right? I think if they can offer it as a service, and whether or not that brand wants to do business with them or actually manufacture with them is beyond the point. But that's just one additional service or one value add that I see a contract manufacturer being able to implement. Outside of that, I also think it's like the back half of the supply chain. Like, now how do we get the product to the customer? Typically,
Hmm.
after the manufacturer produces the product and they pack it, they ship it to a fulfillment center, they get shipped to a 3PL. But it's like, what is the point in doing that? Like, you're adding shipping dollars. Now
Hmm.
it's going to another entity that's going to charge the brand owner to ship the product out to the final user. Why can't the manufacturer just add on another vertical to their process and have that be their
Hmm.
3PL, or have that be the fulfillment, have that be the warehousing? Because I think that's slowly where the industry might be headed in
Hmm.
2024 and beyond, just because I think brand owners want less complexity in their supply chain. Because if you think about it, if you're just producing one SKU, if you're a brand owner, you have one SKU in your product assortment, it's not that big of an issue, right? The brand owner can even handle the sourcing. They can handle the sourcing of the ingredients. They can handle the sourcing of the packaging components. They can do the research and development with an actual R&D lab or formulator. But now when you expand your SKUs, now you go from 1 to 10, 10 to 100. It becomes incredibly cumbersome for that brand owner to take all of that on.
Hmm.
Like, so where do I source all of these ingredients from now? Let me rely on the contract manufacturer. And then it becomes, okay, now I need space to warehouse all of this stuff, and I need
Hmm.
to pick, pack, and ship all of these products to the customer. And do I really want to pay a 3PL to do all of that? I just keep everything in-house at a manufacturer and they handle the fulfillment for me. I think that's where contract manufacturing is going to head in 2024 and beyond, is just
Hmm.
over indexing on the additional services that a contract manufacturer can offer to the brand owner, just to reduce the complexity that is involved in getting a product from point A to point Z.